Hi, I'm Jenna Callan filling in for Bailey McKillop.
And I'm Joel Faust.
And you're watching Crown News Update, a weekly news program giving you highlights in world news, national news, local news, mission news, and what's happening on campus. Let's get started with our world news for this week. Joel?
In world news today, Japan's current news is reporting that the devastation left behind by the earthquake keeps rising. The numbers now stand at least 10,000 people believed to be dead from the quake and tsunami. Since the earthquake, 3 fuel rods in the Japanese nuclear reactors lost their cooling systems. It appears that they are now melting, leaving the uranium fuel rods completely exposed. This now raises the threat of a meltdown and the risk of radiation spreading. If a meltdown were to occur, a wave of radiation would be released and could result in a major widespread health problem.
Indian naval patrols rescued 13 crew members and have captured 61 suspected Somali pirates over the weekend. The pirates hijacked the fishing vessel back in December and have been using it as their mother vessel. Both sides had engaged with gunfire, but had ended with the naval patrol capturing the 61 pirates. The vessel had been a big risk to international shipping for the last 4 months due to the several attacks they carried out. To date, the Indian naval forces had captured 43 suspected pirates.
Today in national news, tragedy strikes again with yet another high school basketball player death in Texas. 16-year-old Robert Garza died Saturday after collapsing during a timeout at a tournament in Austin. The cause of death is still unknown. His teammates noted that Garza seemed to be acting normal right up until he collapsed.
Paramedics performed CPR, but Garza was pronounced dead an hour later. An autopsy has been planned to find out the cause of death.
A California family has opened their hearts to HIV-positive orphans from around the world. Keel and Carolyn Twedemeyer saw firsthand the effects that HIV and AIDS has on children when they traveled to Ethiopia for their first adoption. The family that was only planning on adopting 1 child now has 13 children, 7 biological and 6 adopted children. All of their adopted children are HIV positive or have developed AIDS. The family attributes the size of their family as God-inspired and refer to themselves as a team. With a tight income, the family says that God has been good in providing for their family and would not change anything about their loving family. Carolyn is the founder of Project Hopeful, an organization that works with families who are struggling with HIV or AIDS. For local news, St. Paul's called an emergency declaration for flooding as a precaution due to the heavy snowfall this winter. On Monday, crews have started to build a wall at St. Paul Downtown Airport to prepare for the predicted high floodwaters that will come this spring. The flood wall will help prevent thousands of dollars in damage that flooding has caused in the past, as well as to help keep the airport open when flooding starts. The wall will be taken down once the flooding danger has passed.
Local firefighters are working to solve world hunger 1 chicken wing at a time. The Minneapolis and St. Paul firefighters took part in the Food Drive Challenge for the Salvation Army in March for Minnesota Food Share Month. The 2 departments competed to see who could earn the most donations for the fundraiser. The face-off took place at Buffalo Wild Wings in Minneapolis, seeing who could eat the most chicken wings covered in hot sauce in 6 minutes. Kowalski's Markets donated 10 pounds of food for each wing eaten, and the winners department got an extra 100 pounds of food donated.
In world missions, in response to the tragic earthquake and tsunami in Japan, organizations such as Biblica, Food for the Hungry, and SEND are reaching out to the people of Japan to provide food and comfort to those in the shock of the aftermath. Biblica is partnering with Christians in Japan to minister to those undergoing grief. Prayer for the local churches to provide strength and comfort to the rest of Japan is the most crucial way to help along with the donations at this time.
In Taiwan, there is the Zion Loft Ministry, which is with the Christian Missionary Alliance. Every Friday night, they have a coffee house to minister to the local students and young adults in the area. The team has been undergoing sickness that is more severe than usual, which has kept them from work and other ministry-related events. But a praise is that their team has been growing. This past Sunday, they were asked to lead church at a local hospital, which is a great way to be a testimony and share the love of God.
Now for our Crown News. This week, we have Lenten small groups for chapel on Wednesday, March 16th, and then a praise and worship chapel on Friday, March 18th. Due to spring break, there will be no chapels next week until March 28th.
The Burkina Faso Ice Team and GIT are teaming up on Wednesday, March 16th at Pizza Ranch in Norwood, Young America. Come and support your classmates by coming and having pizza and leaving a tip.
Film festival tickets are being sold this week in the cafeteria. Get your tickets for a great night of films and food.
Bible studies are still going on this week, but will resume after students are back from spring break.
Crown College choir, brass, and jazz singers will be heading out for their spring break tour to the Rocky Mountains. Pray for their safe trip and that they bless the people they encounter. Also be praying for the Crown ice trips that are going out this spring break as well. I'm Joel Faust.
And I'm Jenna Callan. Thank you for watching the Crown News Update. Hi, I'm Jenna Callan.
And I'm Joel Faust.
And you're watching Crown News Update, a weekly news program giving you highlights in world news, national news, local news, mission news, and what's happening on campus.
Plus. Yep.
And action.
Today in national news, tragedy stikes.
Yep. Jenna, you ready? And action.
Indian Naval Patrol has rescued 13 members.
Today in national news, tragedy strikes with a Today in national news, tragedy. These words, I don't know, the way they're put.
Alright, cameras on. Ready and action.
Today in national news, tragedy strikes again with yet another high school basketball player fatally in Texas,
Fatality.
collapsing during a timeout at an Austin tournament. Darn it!
Okay, I get it. Are teaming up on Wednesday, March 16th at Pizza Ranch.
Carolyn and Keel and Carolyn Twedemeyer saw firsthand the effects that HIV and AIDS has on children, and when they traveled to Ethiopia, I said it, but it just didn't. Since the earthquake, 3 fuel rods in the Japanese nuclear reactors lost their cooling systems. It appears that they are now melting, leaving the uranium.
Slowly.
And action.
Today in national news, tragedy strikes again with yet another high school blast.
Do you need me to do this? Due to several attacks they carried out. To date, the. Sorry.
Oh.
I tried to make it, but my contact got all blurry.